Hello,
Hello.
welcome. Hey, they're Heidi and Ben, and we're here today to answer any questions that you have about working with your kids. We know that that can be extremely frustrating and difficult sometimes. I know, right? Like that's how I feel sometimes, even with us. A little bit about us, if you haven't met us before, we're Heidi and Ben. We are a married photographer couple, and I know that when our son was born, we thought that the best pictures that we would be taking would be with our better DSLR camera, our professional camera. And it turns out that it was always in the wrong room. You know, it was never where we needed it when we needed it. And so we were
It
always
was safe from like the diapers and
yeah, it was safe on the diapers and grabby hands
sticky
and everything.
stuff.
But you know, it was just never there when we needed it. And so we started applying what we knew about professional photography to taking pictures with our phones, and the results just frankly blew us away. And we knew then that we had to teach parents how to take better pictures of their kids with their phones. And so that's what we're all about. It's great to meet you. We're excited to answer any questions that you have. We're going to go ahead and talk about some of our favorite tips of working with kids, because as we've done some professional photography shoots with kids, and the number one thing that I think we've both done is we've played with them. You know, it's just they're kids. No matter what age you're shooting, whether it's a newborn all the way up to 16, maybe not 16, but you know they're kids. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy life. And if you are playing with them and engaging with them, making a game of it, we'll make silly faces at the kids, or we'll ask them questions.
And that might seem kind of obvious, but you'll hear people. I mean, we would hear even just other professional photographers say, I hate photographing children. And we would just think, well, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have to be that hard. And so I think the same topic applies to parents, and especially as the takers of pictures of our own children. Sometimes they cooperate better for strangers. You know, if you were to hire a photographer, sometimes, or maybe they don't cooperate as well. It could go either way depending on,
Your kid.
I think, the behavior of your child. Yeah. And so one thing you can get from your child is more authentic expressions because they feel more comfortable with you. So you're going to get even better, happier expressions, and they're going to be more comfortable like giving you like, I don't want to cooperate, like I want to do my own thing. And so that's when your parent mode kind of comes on, and you're like, come on, I'm trying to do something, help me out, I'm trying to help you, help me. And so
that logic works great on our toddler.
Yeah. And so sometimes it's just like, even in those moments where you're frustrated and you're trying to get them to cooperate, just remember to like, maybe this isn't the time. You can always come back and take pictures again, or it doesn't, unless this is the moment you absolutely need. Just condition your mind to say like, there are no stakes here. I'm not going to miss the shot. I'm going to get what I need. And if I don't, I'll try again after implementing some tips that Heidi and Ben have given me. And then, and so just kind of take it from there and just keep trying. I mean, I would even say one challenge this week would be to try to get some pictures without being noticed by your child. And then 2, implementing one of the play scenarios that we're going to go over today.
Yeah, exactly. And so, bringing it back to play, what we want to do is remind you to use your imagination, right? Like you want to make sure that you are engaging your children with their imagination. So certain things is you can make the playgrounds, turn those into jungles or obstacle courses. Maybe you're going on a treasure hunt. I remember, I think we talked about this in a previous Q&A, but the little girl hunting for exploding dragon rainbow gems. I mean, with play, don't be afraid to bring some props too. If they have favorite toys that they love to play with, bring those with and just enjoy them and have fun with them. So another thing that you can do with your kids, and I think it's important to mention what you did too, is above all of this, know when to call it quits, right? I mean, if your kid isn't having it or you're not having it, there's no point in trying to force something to happen. that doesn't need to happen. As Heidi said, there's going to be other times where you're going to go to the playground and you're going to get these precious moments and things. And honestly, right now, it's if they're kicking and screaming and fighting with you, it's not really a precious moment. You might laugh about it later, but know when to call it quits. Just say, okay, you know what? I'm not feeling this. He's not feeling this. They're not feeling this. Let's just call it quits, guys. You guys go have fun and play. And that actually brings up one of the last things that I want to tell you is that sometimes just being there in the moment is actually more important.
Yeah, tell them about what happened this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. So it is blistering cold here in the Midwest, like really, really cold. And so we were getting prepped for firewood, and my father was helping us out with the wood, and he was chopping it up with an axe. And so I went out there with Todd and showed him, and was like, hey, that's an axe, that's a chainsaw, like this is what they do, and things like that. And we stood 20 feet away so that we were all safe. But it was fun. Like, he was really engaged. And when we were finished, we were bringing the wood back closer to the house so it didn't get wet. And I had Todd help us out with a piece of wood, and I gave him one. And he took a little bit trying to figure out how to pick it up and carry it himself, but he eventually got the hang of it, and he carried the wood across the yard to the door and then set it down. It was like, I'm here, I did it. And it was so adorable. And
he's only a year and a half.
Yeah, he's only a year and a half. And he's already like helping us haul wood into the house.
It's like the cutest thing.
It's so cute.
But he told me about it, and my first thought was like, did you get video so I can see it?
Yeah,
I don't think I even told you that.
No, and that would have been nice. Like, I even thought about it as it was happening, but I realized that what was actually going to be more important was just being there and actually enjoying it and helping him move the wood and helping him pick it up. And
because I think you do disconnect a little bit the second you put like a little barrier between you and what's happening, and you're worrying about lighting and the angle and getting your kid just right. And
yeah, exactly.
My little foam hand.
Yeah.
That's what I look like to my kid.
So, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. There can be that little disconnect that happens. And I think
if it's a really like super precious moment, just like,
yeah,
enjoy it, be there.
Yeah. And then don't be afraid to talk about it. I mean, the best way to relive a memory is to talk about it and make sure that you're engaging with it. So share it if it's a really precious memory that only you saw. I mean,
yeah, we kind of had this thing where we were like forgetting some things that had happened in our relationship because I would just, or even things we had told each other because we would just text each other. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, I told him, and then I would forget it. But then I realized like we weren't talking as much. And then, so I started making this little game with myself. It's like, okay, I have to remember this. I can tell Ben later. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of made us interact more.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's important. That's an important part of building those family connections, which is.
And knowing which memories, like, I want to remember this. I want to think about it and remind myself I have to tell somebody. It cements it more in your head.
And that goes to give you the power of not just the photos that you're taking, but the memories that you're taking too. I mean, if you think about it, better photos equals better memories. And we want to give you not only ways to take those and capture those memories, but to share those memories, whether they are recorded or not. They are still important, and they are still a very foundational part of who you are as a family, and we want to encourage that.
Let us know what any problems you're having. I know we just have a little kid, but we've worked with kids of all ages. So write us, tell us, leave us a message on what issues you're having. And
when it comes to photographing your kid, I want to be clear about that.
We would make great counselors. So, or like if your roof needs a repair. Let us know. We'll help you out. Have a great week, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.